Today, police confirmed 19-year-old Dacara Thompson's body has been found, and they say her killer has been arrested. Our Katie Lusso spoke with Dakara's family and walks us through what we've learned from new court documents tonight. And I do have to warn you, some of these details are deeply disturbing.
This is the last spot that Dacara was seen alive on surveillance footage tonight. There are candles down on the ground and notes on this pole. Her family telling me they are absolutely heartbroken, really just trying to process what happened, but also immensely grateful for the outpouring of support they saw these past 2 weeks.
I should be back soon. I love you too. Good night.
That's the text she sent her father just before midnight, the night of August 22nd. Less than 2 hours later, surveillance footage shows her parking her car on Jasmine Terrace, getting out and walking towards Riggs Road. Friday, new court documents revealing that she apparently continued walking toward University Boulevard and is then seen on surveillance cameras talking to the driver of a black GMC Yukon XL Denali, getting in on the passenger side and leaving. Police say cell phone records show she remained in that car until they arrived to Cambridge Road in Bowie. It's there where police believe she was killed by a man named Hugo Hernandez-Mendez in the early morning hours of August 23rd.
We believe the murder occurred in the home on Cambridge Drive in Hernandez's bedroom.
Investigators believe he then took her body the same morning to Route 50 between Route 424 and Route 97 and threw her over the bridge above South River. It was more than a week later, around 5 p.m. on August 31st, that police would find her body. They had responded to the bridge for a disabled vehicle and happened to see her about 30 feet below the bridge on the river embankment.
That area is probably about 7 miles away from the murder location, but a good distance away from where she went missing. So we are thankful that the Maryland State Police had the ability to locate that body based on that call for service.
The news devastating for her family, her mother telling WUSA 9 Friday night that they are still trying to process everything. For nearly 2 weeks, they searched desperately, held vigils, and pleaded for her safe return.
I just simply want my daughter back.
Now her community will stand behind her family as we seek justice for her.
Now the family has created a GoFundMe page. Initially, it was for search efforts and to hire a private investigator. That money, though, will now be used for funeral costs. We've posted a link to it on our website, WUSA9.com. In Prince George's County, I'm Katie Lusso, WUSA 9.
Documents say that what happened to Dacara Thompson after she got into a car in this parking lot is both deeply disturbing and very sad. Court documents say surveillance camera video captured 19-year-old Dacara Thompson as she parked her Ford Edge SUV and made her way on foot to this parking lot behind a Family Dollar store on University Boulevard in the Langley Park area. It was 3 a.m., almost 5 hours after she'd left her father's Lanham home, saying she was going to get gas in her car. Court documents say video shows she approached the driver's side of a black Yukon Denali, talks to the driver for a minute, then gets into the front passenger seat. Worried family members report her missing. They find her car, but not her phone. They search relentlessly, but do not find Dacara. On August 31st, Maryland State Police troopers responding for an unrelated disabled vehicle found her nude body on an embankment of the South River in Annapolis. On September 4th, 35-year-old Hugo Hernandez-Mendez of Bowie was arrested and charged with Dakara's murder. He was known to drive a black Yukon Denali XL with Maryland tags. According to court documents, cell data and video surveillance confirm the movements of Thompson and the movements of that black GMC Yukon Denali are consistent with moving together. Hernandez-Mendez was arrested near a home on Cambridge Drive in Bowie, where he rented a room. Police believe Dacara Thompson was killed there. Detectives stated a roommate told them he heard the defendant in his room the morning of the 23rd having sex with a woman who, quote, did not seem to be having a good time. At a press conference to announce the arrest, County Executive Aisha Braveboy noted the defendant was in the U.S. illegally and had recently been in federal custody.
I think that the U.S. government has made status of individuals relevant. This was someone who was in their custody, and they made the decision to release him.
News 4 has learned Hernandez-Mendez was arrested April 25th by U.S. Park Police, stopped on the BW Parkway near Annapolis Road for a DUI. But the federal government released him till trial. The U.S. Attorney for Maryland would not comment. ICE released a statement saying the defendant was put under an immigration detainer yesterday. Hernandez-Mendez has a court hearing scheduled for Monday. In Hyattsville, Jackie Benson, News 4.
What up, y'all? It's your boy, Make sure y'all hit that like, comment, and subscribe. But today I got a sad story, y'all. A sad story. So the disappearance of 19-year-old Dacara Thompson was solved last week. And some of the details of this case are very, very disturbing. And also, when they had caught her killer and they saw what kind of person the killer was or what the killer looked like and all that, they were putting a lot of rumors on her name and they were really disrespecting her, in my opinion. Like, the woman is gone, so like at least like have some grace for her and her family while they're mourning at this time. But so Dacara Thompson, she went to a gas station and she was seen on camera like talking to someone in a car. And after she was done talking to the person in the car or whatever, she went into the passenger side and then they just pulled off or whatever. And then after that, she disappeared for like over a week, maybe 2 weeks. They couldn't find her. Her picture was everywhere and all that, right? Now, they said that they found her body in a large body of water, right? And then they made a quick arrest, right? Turns out the person who had killed her was an illegal alien that was in the US illegally. And what he did to her body was crazy. Allegedly, they say that he threw her body over a bridge above the South River to conceal the crime. And then after that, they found DNA, they found hair wigs, and they found multiple women's underwear in his home. Also, when the detectives went to the defendant's house, they say that the defendant lived with a bunch of people in his house, right? The illegal alien. And another person that lived in the same house where they found all that DNA evidence, they say that around 5 a.m., they heard the defendant, Hugo, whatever, they say that they heard a bunch of grunting noises and a bunch of like, sounds like noises of like a scuffle going on in the room at about 5 a.m. That's what the defendant's cousin or family member told the police when the police came and searched their house. So the police had arrested this man for allegedly killing Dacara Thompson, right? His name is Hugo Hernandez-Mendez. I don't know, but allegedly they say that he did it, right? And then a lot of people were making comments on like the Reddit or on Instagram. They're saying like, what could a 19-year-old African-American lady be doing with this 40-plus-year-old something Mexican illegal immigrant? You know what I'm saying? Now, people were trying to say that she was, doing the thing, if you know what I mean. Honestly, they're trying to say that she was being a prostitute. You know what I'm saying? They're saying that he found her on Backpage or a list crawler or something like that. And then there's another rumor going around that they say that Dacara has a list crawler ad or something going up. Now, I couldn't find that, but there's a lot of things going on, man. And then they're saying like, oh, she should have had a pimp. This would have never happened, this and that. Now, I'm trying to be as nice as possible. I'm not trying to be disrespectful to her family or nothing like that. But I don't know. There's something deeper going on, you know what I'm saying? Because the video surveillance showed that she walked up to the car willingly, you know what I'm saying? And then she just got in the car with him. They met at a gas station at like in the early morning hours. You know what I'm saying? Like, how could she have known this person? You know, that's my question. Like, where would she know him from? And then she wasn't forcibly forced in the car. She wasn't forced in the car at all. She got in there willingly. So, I don't know. And then the Hugo Melendez, his cousin or one of his family members that live in the same house as him, he said that he heard some type of noises going on at 5 a.m. Man, I don't know. And then on top of that, they found a bunch of DNA and some nails, multiple women's underwear in his house. Now, in my opinion, I don't think that was the first person he had killed. That's what I think. You know what I'm saying? But man, and he's an illegal. First of all, he's an illegal too. Now the media, I don't know what they're gonna do because the demographics of this case is kind of weird. But I know the media, they gonna use this case, man. They need you need to get him up out of here. Get him up out of here. But he ain't finna stay in jail in America. They gonna send him back wherever he was. You know what I'm saying? And this is not his first time getting in trouble. He was in federal custody back in 2019 too. So I don't know what's going on, man, but justice for Dacara and healing for her family and all that, man. But this shit right here is wild, y'all. But yeah, I'm out, man. Make sure y'all hit that like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. I'm out.